back to Final Fantasy XIV. Back here in Revenant's Toll in front of Wintergeld, where we want to continue the Heavensward part of the Monk Quest. Fight the battle to win. Desiree, finally have information on her chakra. She is near Eugenia's spire in the North Shroud. I mean to confront her, to demand the truth from her. She and Zenza do not act of their own free will. Of this I'm certain. Nay, something has a hold over them. We will find out what it is. Come, sister. We go to the North Shroud. Quickly, while the trail is still fresh. Chakra? But what happened? I found her like this. What has happened? Wintergeld? And Desiree? Rest assured my injuries are not serious. Sansa held back. But gods, I feel like such a fool. No matter what he asked of us, we always did it without question. In so doing, we thought we could survive. But in the end, he commanded us to fight each other to the death to open our chakra. Fight to the death? Who commanded this? Who? Who else but our master? Rahatia is his name, and he leads the Sect of Shadow. But more than that, he was a father figure to Zenza and me. After our own parents abandoned us, Master Rahatia took us in and raised us. We always strove to please him, lest we lose our place. But today he made our worth to him abundantly clear. We are not his friends, let alone his family. Nay, we are not but tools to be used and discarded. When we fought, Zenza thrust me off a cliff. She made it appear an accident, but I alone might flee. But I cannot flee while Zenza is still at our master's mercy. I must rescue her, before he decides that she's no longer useful. And if you know what's good for you, you'll put many months between yourself and this place. Master will doubtless send people to verify my death. Ochaka, wait. Let us help you. You would help us? After all the wrongs we have committed against you? Why? I once lusted for power. I stopped at nothing to obtain it. I used Desiree. I betrayed her. Worse, I tried to kill her. I repented. I started anew. Now someone is making the same mistake as me. I cannot ignore it, nor can I ignore those who suffer from it. But above all, my pupils are in trouble. I would help them. It is what a master should do. Oh, Wintergeld. I will go with Ochaka to the hedge tree. See that no one follows. Join us when the area is safe. Oh, come on! Okay. You have my thanks. It's safe here. We may speak freely. There's much I do not know. Please, tell me everything. In the beginning, members of the Fist of Valga strove to open all 14 chakra. 7 of Light and 7 of Shadow. Those who had opened all 7 of their native chakra were permitted to duel those who had achieved the same in the opposing aspect. For generations, such duels were held in great secrecy. But that ended with a massacre at the Temple of a Fist, when the Sect of Light was extinguished, and though the Sect of Shadow survived by virtue of its obscurity, its disciples lost the means to open Light Chakra. That is, until Master Rahatia learned of a sole survivor of a massacre. You, Vedageld. And that was how Zensa and I came to you. Our master taught us that the disciples of light were but a means to an end, a resource to be used. He ingrained it in us the belief that our two sects must ever be at odds, and we took him at his words, fools that we were. I understand now how things were in the past, how they are in the present. Most importantly, I know that light and shadow were formerly as one. It may yet be so again. I will speak with Master Rahatia, convince him that our schools need not fight. Together, we can rebuild our proud order. I'm afraid he will not be so easily swayed, and should it come to blows, as I fear it will, know that his strength far surpasses ours. He's the only person alive who has opened all 14 chakra. Recently, I have focused on opening Light Chakra. Of my own aspect, I have succeeded in opening but 6. I'm no match for Master Rahatia. You are our best hope, Desiree. Even so, you're still 1 chakra short of 14. A small, yet decisive difference. If you are to have a fighting chance, you must open the final chakra that salutes you. The 7th chakra of Shadow. Alas, this presents a dilemma. There's no way to do so outside of mortal combat. There will be another way. There always is. All our chakra may not be open, but we have each other. Together, we may yet rescue Zensa. Thank you, Vedageld. I swear to do my utmost to aid you. That is well. But first, Ochaka must recover. We return to Revenant's Toll. There's much planning to do. So, Vedageld. A healer tends to Ochaka. When she's well enough, we will work to open our chakra. We both saw how Ochaka fears her master. It is not normal. As she warned, words may not avail us. We must be prepared for anything. Continue your training, Desiree, and together let us go forward as proud disciples of light. Elixir field. An AoE cooldown. New power awakens within you. Still need to put this somewhere else. Good tidings, sister. Ochaka has recovered. Together we spoke with Professor Eric. With his help, we sought ways to open chakra of the opposing aspect. Ways that require no dueling. Now we have a theory. We will test it in the western highlands of Gothas, near a place called Dragon Spit. Ochaka's already left. Let us join her. So, listen to Ochaka. She will explain the theory. There you are, Desiree. My thanks for coming. This site hosted a fierce battle, so says Professor Eric. Much blood was spilled between knights and dragons. This makes it an ideal place for our test. As you know, in order to open the chakra of the opposing aspect, one ordinarily has to fight an individual trained in that aspect. However, it does not suit us to duel one another to the death. And so we theorized, instead of each other, what if disciples of each sect were to fight independently within close proximity? Influenced by their presence, the aether that pervades a battleground may be tricked into opening an opposing chakra within each combatant. Without further ado, let us put this theory to the proof. Please seek out likely opponents nearby, as formidable as you can manage, and fight them with all your might. Wiedergeld and I shall do the same. Alright, maybe not independent, but I could well imagine that fighting together may achieve it, you know? Alright. That can't be good. How did he know? Be on your guard, Desiree. He is Rahatia, leader of a sect of Shadow. He comes to take back our chakra. Take her? What an idiotic notion. She's a traitor to our sect and I'm here to silence her. We will not allow it. You must defeat us first. You? You are a disciple of a sect of light and one who surpasses Wiedergeld besides. Aye, that you opened your 7th chakra is plain to my senses. An idea occurs to me. A peaceful way to end this meeting. We need not fight one another, you and I. Chakra, you are to slay Wiedergeld and open your 7th chakra. Once you have accomplished this, return to me, and thence I shall come to no harm. As for you, adventurer, if you will then swear to serve me, I shall release thence and chakra both. A fair trade, is it not? You need not answer right this moment. If you agree to these terms, come to the ruins south of Little Alamigo. I shall await you there. Think on it, but not overlong, or I can't guarantee that there will be much of Zenza left to retrieve. Damn him. I tried to fight him, but he was too strong. Far stronger than I had imagined. Such is the might of he who has opened all 14 chakra. None alive can fight him on equal footing. Not even Desiree. One thing bothers me. The Sect of Light was destroyed, yet Rahatia has opened all 14 chakra. How did he do this? He was present for the massacre at the temple. He attacked and slew a priest of a sect, and in so doing opened the 7th chakra of light. As we are, we cannot hope to defeat him. Alas, our test was a failure. My chakra did not open, neither did yours, am I correct? Correct. What am I to do? Oh, since I want to save you, but I cannot kill Wiedergeld. Rally. Do. Please forgive me my pitiful display. You are right, Desiree. I mustn't despair. Zenza and I used to be as birds in a cage. Serving Rahatia was the only life we knew. But all that changed when we met the two of you. You opened our eyes to a world of infinite possibilities. So much more is possible than I ever dreamed. And so I won't give up hope. There is a way to defeat Rahatia, and we need to but find it. We will rescue Zenza. Without my raising a hand against Wiedergeld, without your offering yourself as Rahatia's thrall. Good. There's time still. Let us return to Evan's Toll. There we shall make a plan. Anyone else thinking Rahatia is a highly abusive parent here? Professor Eric has loaned us his tomes. Our chakra scours them for ways to open your final chakra. Perhaps she will find something. Perhaps not. Meanwhile, we must do what we can. Own our minds and our bodies for the battle to come. appetite for destruction. Time is running out. Zensa's life will soon be forfeit. We must act now. Alas, we did not find it, a way to open the 7th chakra. But we must act nonetheless. Our chakra has gone to little Alamigo. She fears for her friend. Let us join her. We must rescue Zensa. But how? Zensa is still alive, but I fear she will not remain so much longer. But moments ago she was taken to the ruins to the south. You will have already heard, but I couldn't find a bloodless way to open chakra of an opposing aspect. Thus far you have opened 13 chakra, the most of us free. But one more and you could face Rahatia as equal. Fight me this way, and make the final chakra yours. No. Listen to Desiree, she speaks the truth. It is not the way. We need power, this is true, but at what cost? If you die, Zensa would grieve. Victory would have no meaning. Remember my words. All our chakra may not be open, but we have each other. Together we can defeat Rahatia. We can rescue Zensa. The disciples of our sects once fought side by side. Let's do so again, as we did in the days of old. Thank you, Vidagert. I shall stand with you. First I will try to persuade Rahatia, convince him to see reason, but if my words fail, be ready to fight. Hear me, Rahatia. We come, but not to accept your demands. Nay, we would remind you of a past, of a true nature of our order. Our two sects once fought beside each other, not against. Together we can achieve much. Let us join hands, brother, and rebuild the Fist of Volga. Cowards like you bring shame upon our order. Plainly it is you who needs to be reminded of our true nature. The arduous training to own mind and body, the blood we spill and shed, all of it is for no other purpose than to honor the destroyer. We pay him great tribute by dueling to the death, and in return he grants us great power, the power of all 14 chakra. By consorting with the royal house, the disciples of light lost sight of their true nature. For this, Raga visited destruction upon them. But in his wisdom you were spared. That your existence, feeble though it is, might serve to raise us higher. Upon your battered bodies, the Fist of Volga shall be restored to its former glory. You're wrong. The Sect of Light was undone, but not as you say. We misused our power. We turned it upon our own people. For this we were cast down. Now you misuse your power. You turn it upon your own comrades. It is the same. It will end the same. You will destroy yourself, as we did. Do not make the same mistake, brother. If we are to survive, we must find another way. A way to prosper together, or we shall perish in vain. All of us. Those who have power must choose. You must choose. With it, will you pave a way for life, or will you destroy it? Surely the choice is clear. I grow wary of your blathering. You have already declared your unwillingness to meet my demands. There's not more to discuss. Take the adventurer alive. She will prove useful to us. Kill the rest. Hold off for Hatia this way. We will unbind Sensor. Chakra, and you too as well. You think you can defeat me, fools? Impressive. May have some different approaches in order. But where does be such a torrent of energy? Here we feel your wounds knitting. It seems your awakening is at hand. How curious. Ranks have thinned out. Now's our chance. Sensor, are you alright? You came. Thank you. So you have turned against me, the both of you. Have you forgotten who it was that saved you all those years ago? But I pride myself on being a forgiving man. In lieu of an apology, I shall accept your life force. Your power is mine. Be glad, my wayward pupils, that you are useful to me at the end. Magnificent. My body is as a raging furnace. It shall be as child's play to unleash my ultimate technique. It ends here. What? Can it be? Your final chakra is opened? That's the only explanation. Which means that Desiree is now an equal with Rahatia. If we fight together, we may yet triumph. Triumph, you say? I do not recall having raised such a foolish child. Desiree is a suckling babe of a new chakra, while my entire being is fairly ablaze with the life energy of 3 monks. It matters not how many of you there are. You cannot hope to defeat me. Focus on Master Desiree. We'll keep the rest occupied. Such power! My body can scarce contain it. Fear not, sister. You are not his equal. Past time I made myself useful. Desiree opened her final chakra. She did without hurting you. This changes nothing. Mine is the one true path. It's to exalt Relga that we fight. Something comes. Be careful. So it ends here. To be reunited with Sensor, words cannot well express my relief. Chakra told me everything. Thank you, Desiree. It's over. Sensor is safe. Together we achieved the impossible. Yet my heart is heavy. I failed to convince Rahatia. Every step I take, blood is spilled. With my power, I know only destruction. That's not true, Wiedergeld. A monk's power can only be used to save, like you saved me. We have a favor to ask of you. If you are still intent on rebuilding the Fist of Volga, we would lend you our aid. We'd bring whoever is left of our sect. Together we can restore the order to the way it used to be, with disciples of light and shadow side by side. And together we can think about what power means to us. Thinking about it alone, your mind's liable to take you to a dark place. Better to have comrades around who share your cause, I reckon. With Rahatia gone, Desiree is the only soul left who has opened all 14 chakra, and a soul of gentleness she is. She did not seek power for its own sake, yet she has reached the zenith of our art. In so doing, she has shattered our old preconceptions and shown us another path. And in opening her final chakra by stopping Master's technique, she has given us hope that there is a way to open all chakra without bloodshed. Thank you, Sensor. Ochaka. Together we will create a new path and lay a new foundation for our order. Desiree, it is to your shining example that we turn. You are as a star. We look up to it, we strive to reach its height. The way may be dark, and it may be filled with hardship, but come what may, we will forge on, towards your light. Promise me this, sister. Ever use your powers for good, and for the realm. Done. And with that we get Tornado Kick and New Gear. Opens your final Shadow Chakra. Concludes the Heaven's Ward quest, and later from Eric we start again. Tornado Kick is just a cooldown. It used to be that Tornado Kick cancelled out your what was it called? Greased Lightning stacks, but Greased Lightning is now a passive that just increases your global cooldown, or quickens your global cooldown. And yeah, now it's just an additional attack you can throw in an off global cooldown skill. So let's look at what gear we got. Tantra armor. And it actually shows in the era this thing. I must say, I actually, not wrong button. I like the Tantra armor set quite a lot. It looks good. Basically the same set Wiedergeld wears, except the chest guard is white instead of black. Anyway, that shall be it for this episode. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.